Hello, I'm Sarah McNeil, and I'm going to be looking into the human resource variables within a company. Human resources' main concern is human capital within a company. For these two variables, it will be very important because it can help make a more efficient policy and procedures for sick leave. So, to meet deadlines, some employees are forced to work longer hours, and some just even enjoy the longer hours for increased income. Sick absences can be primarily a measure of an employee's overall health, but we also need to look into more factors that could come, but therefore I just want to look into the overtime hours that an employee may work and how that may affect the sick absences taken within an employee. So my hypothesis is that the amount of overtime work affects the amount of sick days taken. So overtime hours could affect in a way where chronic diseases and unhealthy behaviors can develop. It could also affect overall productivity and efficiency within a company, which human resources, that's one of their main concerns. Of course, is the human capital. Overall stress could lead into health problems, which could include some sleep impairment, depression, drinking, diabetes, and even heart diseases. Without proper rest, the body begins to break down physically and mentally with over-demanding stress. So here we see my regression summary analysis. So I looked into the annual HR management report from the state of Washington with a single regression analysis of whether overtime hours worked by the executive branch employees caused increased sick absences taken. So we can see here that the significance level is at a 95%. We also see that the T-stat was at a 0.76 and that the critical value for this was at 2.023. So this automatically shows that it was not statistically significant. So I'm automatically thinking that there could be more reasons into why employees would want to take sick absences. So with that, it only shows that there's 5% chance that it could be significant, but we could also see more reasonings in if it could be significant or not. So R squared is at a 0.0145, which means that the two variables are less related and that the regression line does not have a great overall fit. So here again, it just automatically just tells me that there's not a statistically significant reason why overtime hours could affect the sick absences taken by employees. However, we're going to look at two more factors and then we'll determine at the end. So critical value for the F-stat is at a 4.09 and the T-stat for the F value is at 0.577, which, like I said, this also confirms that it's not statistically significant. Also, the significance of F is at a 45%, which is higher than a 0.1%. So with all the numbers here, I was kind of surprised that my hypothesis was incorrect, but again, I was not, because like I said, there could be many reasons into why an employee wants to take a sick absence and not necessarily the overtime hours that they work. Since most employees, they want to work through being sick or they just like the overtime hours just